Well, y'all better quit. Okay, wait, that wasn't long enough. Somebody need to program those applause for at least 30 more seconds. Anyway, I'm kidding. I'm a little needy today. Oh, but I'm not greedy. I'm just needy. Yes, I need to grow. I need to expand, and I need to be of service. So yeah, I'm needy and ain't shame about it. Ain't no shame in this game. Welcome, welcome, welcome to today's installment, y'all, of Bathrobe Moments. That's right. I'm sporting the plunging neckline. I sure am. Yes, but you see, I ain't going beneath there. Yeah, that's all you get. So anyway, and I'm sitting on some pillows. I am. It's like I got tired of the guests being like, I felt like I was in bed with my husband, the therapist, where his pillow, we start on the same level, but then when he's trying to get information, I don't know how he does it. He puts something underneath it because 10 minutes later, he's up here looking like going, and how does that make you feel? I'll be like, I'm on your couch. I'm in your chair in your office. Get out of my head. Listen, welcome, like I said, to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. We have a great show for you today. We have another author from that wonderful book, Wings of Purpose, and we're going to get into it with them on purpose today. Bianca's here. Now, wait a minute. I'm okay. Look. I'm in there too. Ah, there it is. I am. Oh, oh my good. Is that a filter on my skin? I don't know, but I love it. There it is. Wings of Purpose, you all. You know, the Trueness Project, headed up by the amazing M. Teresa Lawrence. There are 21 of us, authors, that is, in this amazing book, where each and every author shares their story of purpose with you. Now, we're going to give you the link, as we have been. It's on all of my social media pages, where you will see this very promo piece right here. You can go in and get your own copy. And when we come back from Jackson Hole, guess what? I am bringing with me a bunch of signed copies from the people that will be in Jackson Hole. 1 week from tomorrow, we're leaving. I'm starting to pack tomorrow. I'm not playing with it for real. I've been Googling the weather, and it's like 60 something. I'm like, what? We'll see. I don't care. I don't care if I got to wear a sweater, an Angora sweater, and my swim trunks on the bottom. I will be sporting them. That is the bell of purpose. Did you see? Did I slip and fall on it just now? Nope. I ring it with purpose on purpose, because everything you do, you must mean it. Or how can it be full of meaning? Meaningful, full of meaning. Makes sense? I thought so. Now, speaking of sense, there's 3 types of those. Gonna give it to you. Here it comes. It's coming in hot. So track it. First of all, you can have things that don't make sense at all. That don't make no sense. Or when the haters show up, which I personally don't have any haters, I only have closet fans. They love me. They just don't know it yet. But if you still have haters, if you like it, I love it. But know this. They're the ones that are going to say, well, that made common sense. That's just common sense. Well, if it's so common, how come you just didn't tell me? Or number 3, the one I love. Yes, I received this. When something, all of it, comes together and it makes perfect sense. When it makes perfect sense, it coming from that place that is perfect. And that's only one place, and that is divinity, y'all. Can I get an amen? There it is. That's the bell of purpose. And also been here all 11 and a half years. Here she is, y'all. This is my version of Ed McMahon, Miss Lucy McGillicuddy Ricardo. I loves me some Lucy. How you doing, Miss Lucy? I say that because I have a cat named Lucy and a cat named Ethel, Lucy and Ethel. I have all the collectible dolls. And when I found my birth mother, I already had all this I Love Lucy stuff. My mother, Lucille, maybe that's why I did it, because her name was on my birth certificate. That's probably it. Well, I love some Lucy. And I love you too. So, who do we have here today, you guys? Oh, are we going to? Okay, we're going to bring her in, Miss Bianca. Now, you know, even 4 letters, these Spanish names, they put some stuff on the, I don't know how to, it's P-I-N-O. Now, I would say Bianca. I ain't even going to try to say Pino, because you know that's wrong. That's a wine, Pinot Grigio. I can say that one. But she would say something. It's got some flourish to it. Trust, okay? Plus, she is so lucky I couldn't find my Diana Ross wig and the wind machine that goes with it. I bought them both on eBay a long time ago. I'm going to dig them out because she's coming back. We're going to bring her back along with some of the other authors. Hopefully, I'm going to ask her I got ahead of myself to do two 90-minute specials post Jackson Hole so that we can talk not just about these chapters, but all of the grout in between these chapters. Because when all these people came together, you guessed it was purpose, right? So that's coming up. So listen, what we're going to do real quick. Are we doing on time? Okay, good. I get the first 10 minutes for the monologue. I want to tell you guys about a young man who, oh, I'm so proud of him. He was in ninth, almost 10th grade in India when he hit me up all those years ago, like 6 years ago, and wanted to interview me on his then brand new podcast. Now he's in college and he's doing all these, he's in like a film school kind of thing. And Fahad is his name. I just love this young man. And he said, I took our interview from all those years ago and I edited it. I did something with it. And I was like, well, what'd you do? He goes, go ahead and look, Dr. Lauren. And I'm just going to show you the opening of it. The entire 37-minute broadcast is available on my social media sites today. Please go over, especially my YouTube channel, and watch this young man. And I'm bringing him back on my show for the very first time sometime in July, and I will let you know about that. I just love the kids. I just love the kids. And, it was like last year, I got to go do graduation keynote for some seniors who I had spoken to them when they were in 6th grade. And they remembered me all those years. And I'm telling y'all, it broke me down. It broke me down. You worry about all these grown ass folks that, they eat up all your food, spill shit in your car, all this kind of stuff. And then, I'm not kidding. We look at our wedding book from 10 years ago, 90% of the people, where they at? Right. It's like, dang, we should have gave out cheese and crackers instead of all that expensive food. So anyway, it's just to tell you, these kids, don't go to sleep on the young people in your life. This is their world. This is their world, y'all. So anyway, I wanted to show you guys before I bring Miss Bianca in here, and get ready. We need some music for her to come in on. Find something, Shaquille. I know you backstage. I see you. Find some music for her to come in on, because I'm coming up. Look at this, young man. Look what he did. Take a look, y'all. I'm gonna share the screen. Okay, share the screen. I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of him. Okay, there it is, right here. Yay. Okay, I did it. And wait a minute, I want you to see the full thing. Here we go. Take a look, y'all. I will tell you this. Here's some good news for everyone listening. Trauma. Trauma is something that to a lot of people, when you hear the word, it feels like a monster. It sounds like everything horrible. The moment that trauma comes into your space and touches you, that is the very moment that the universe, whatever you believe, Allah, God, universe, whatever you believe in, that is the very moment that you have been marked. Great. Well, have you ever heard the term growing pains? Growing pains. When something hurts, it's because you're growing. That's why it's not called growing tickles. It's called growing pains. So when something shows up, it's because even when trauma, that includes trauma, when something shows up that you didn't expect, it's because it's time to know. You need to know about this thing. Why? Because when it's time to know, it's also time to grow. Oh, did he do it? What? What? See, I let those violin strings, I let those strings be your background music. Welcome to the show. How are you, VIANCA?
Good morning, beautiful souls. Good morning. I'm doing excellent. You know what? I love the way you ring your bell. It keeps saying, ring my bell.
Anita Ward. Yes. So that's because it's a reminder that there's a ring to truth. You can feel it.
Right.
Our soul is our tuning fork.
And yes, absolutely.
All right. How are you doing? Say your full name the way you say it.
VIANCA PINO.
See? It's like the way she says it is champagne with the bubbles. When I say it, it's flat ass champagne. I've been sitting somewhere for about 3 days. You see? So yeah, that's her name. Here's what I love to do, because I want your DNA all over this illuminated conversation. This is not an interview. It is an illuminated conversation. So I need you to pour into the audience today, tomorrow, those who will watch the rerun 50 days, 50 years from now. I want you to start it by just speaking to them what's on your spirit this morning and sharing a little bit about what it is you get to do every day, Bianca, that allows you to ease some form of suffering somewhere in the world. Ready for this?
Absolutely.
I know
Yes.
you are. Listen, take it away. It's all you. I'll be back shortly.
Thank you so very much. I want to say good morning to everyone wherever you are in the world. I liked, there is something that during the introduction, show me your soul and I'll show you mine. I love that because I'm here to show you my soul. What I do in the everyday basis as Bianca is very simple, very simple. I pour into my authenticity and I show families how to own real estate so they could change their generational wealth. How? Not just by having their own homes, but to also buy lots and lots of real estate so they can become self free, have the freedom to be who they are and show that to their families. That's who I am. That's what I do in the everyday basis. It's not just to buy homes, it's to actually put those souls into places where they can feel empowered, where they can feel safe, where they can feel together as a family. Sometimes
Mm.
families, I come from immigrant families. We don't talk about real estate, we don't talk about generational wealth, we don't speak about money because we just don't. And I want to empower every single family that I touch to own real estate, first their home so they can be safe, and then more real estate so they could have generational wealth.
Oh my goodness. Wait. I want to say I was gonna get up and grab something. I'm still gonna grab it. Hold on. Keep trying. I
Go
want
for
to
it.
show you something. It's over here in my shrine corner. I got my first two mothers. The one who bore me,
Uh-huh.
Lucille, and then Ada, the woman who um I was with until 9 years old when she died. Um, and this is Ada. This was
Okay.
in the 30s, and this is my birth mother, Lucille, because
Uh-huh.
she was an elderly woman when I found her, 32 years after we had been separated. About, you know, I don't know. They say 30 minutes or so. Who knows if that's the actual time after I was born? So, uh, you know, the reason I mention those two is because I am the anchor baby in both families, so I got to watch from a unique position. I'm gonna tell you
Mhm.
something. Both of those women worked all their lives to build legacy, to get great credit, to own their own homes. Both of them walked to work and cleaned houses and did things on the side from their regular jobs. Ada was a nurse's aide, and my mom Lucille worked in a fruit cannery all those years and did all kinds of side jobs. And do you know, within a year, maybe two at the most, after both of them passed on, for whatever reason, the older kids, and there's five in each family, it's the exact same thing, six and six, nothing was left of their legacies. Nothing.
Mhm.
The houses were gone. Everything they worked for was gone. And because, see, here's the deal: they worked to get it, but didn't
Mhm.
know how to teach their kids how to keep it.
That's right.
And so I want to go into what you said in your chapter of the book, Wings of Purpose. Um, Your chapter is entitled, What Purpose Are You Giving Wings to? Now, we're going to ask you that question out there today. Answer here, and see if you hear an answer here. Okay. Now, you open the chapter by saying, Let me define purpose based on the dictionary's definition. So let's get it clear and make it plain. Purpose is the reason for which something is done, created, or exists, representing an intention, aim, or a goal. It signifies a strong sense of determination, motivation, or a reason for being. And that guides actions and provides meaning, often referred to as a life purpose. Now, Bilka goes on to say, for most of my life, the question of purpose felt distant, even isolated, almost unnecessary. I never woke up searching for a grand mission or a clearly defined role in the world. Instead, I lived in the present. I loved deeply. I found joy in simple and meaningful experiences, and I believed that being happy and sharing that happiness with others was enough. To me, that was life, that was fulfillment. However, was that my purpose? So, so what
Mm.
does it feel like to get to a juncture, an intersection, a new neighborhood of our life, of our journey, and discover But wait a minute. Did I leave something back there on the table? Where's my purse? Where's my purse for purpose? Where? Anybody see my pocketbook? You see what I mean?
Mhm,
Pocketbook.
mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
So talk about that. How did that feel? Was it scary? Was it exciting? A little of both? What was it like?
At times it was lost, plain and simple. Not everybody wakes up in the morning and says, "Well, what is my purpose?" Right? Not
No.
you don't. You see a bunch of books everywhere. Is this your purpose? Is that your purpose? To me, the fact that I was living life fully happy, full in joy, because I had gone to be free, right? From, like they say, I got out of the closet at 21. To me, that was the main purpose, right? Get out of the closet, be yourself, be authentic, have a child, move on, and pray that someone was going to meet me and love me just the way that I was. But
Mm.
nowhere around that did I say, what is my purpose? What happens is that then you meet people that just bring light to your life. And at moments, they say, well, they start questioning you so you could go deeper. And now, obviously, I know how to go deeper and deeper into what I want. I love one of your shows where you asked, do you ask yourself at the end of the day? We always say at the end of the day, but do you ask yourself, how do I start my day?
Yes.
Well, guess what? I for 15 years I've been asking myself, what do I want? Every moment that I wake up after saying, thank you, God, thank you, universe, for bringing me back. I'm here to continue my purpose. I'm here to continue to shine the light on people. I ask, what do I want? If I would have asked myself years back, what was my purpose, and had an answer, I would not have experienced a lot of the things that I have experienced. Because you have to try to walk, you have to try to run, you have to try to cook and clean and do all the things that you think you're going to want. After you do all of that, then you move on and you say, whatever the bigger things that I want to do. So I
Hmm.
dig deep. But between digging deep and asking myself and having my wife ask me, what is your purpose? Because she had her purpose very clear. And when you have someone that you love that
Mm.
knows exactly what they want, you better you have to raise the bar along with them, because
This is
otherwise
true.
they'll leave you behind,
They
you
will.
know?
But you know the thing about them, I bet you can attest to this too. Because in the very next section in your manuscript, you say, for over 30 years, I have shared my life with my wife, a woman who has always, she didn't say sometimes, every now and then, she said always, had a strong and clear sense of purpose. Same with my husband. When I met him, he'd already had an over 30-year private practice as a therapist. He knew
He
exactly,
knew,
he
right?
got up every day and he did what he did, and he does it well. Celebrated for it, and you're like, I'm still Helen Kellerin trying to block, seriously.
Ex-
But
yes.
here's the beauty, the magic with being evenly yoked. Even though we may not think we're evenly yoked with someone like that, we are. Here's why. The very first date I had with my husband, I spoke a secret. I said, well, I'm an event planner now, but I really, like, everybody was listening. Wasn't nobody listening but me. I really want to be an inspirational speaker. And he
Right.
goes, wow, well, you should be. You're already inspiring me. Our second date, he brought me a book on how to do just that. By our third date, no kidding, I had already booked my first 3 speaking gigs. I didn't even have a keynote or anything. I put it on Thumbtack and they hired me. You're hired. You're hired. Because I just told a little bit about my story. What makes me have a story? I hadn't
Right.
written it out. Now, that book is still on my nightstand in our bedroom. I have yet to read it. But why is it there? Because it is a reminder at the beginning, the start of every day, that it was never about what was in that book. It was about someone believing about the book in me.
That it was about someone. It was, yes, it was about someone believing in you and reassured what you already believed in you. Because, like you said at the beginning, greatness is within you.
It's
It's
within
just,
you.
yes, it's within you. It's just a matter of bringing someone. Like I said, if I could shine my light on someone to open up their heart to do what they want to do, even if they're confused, a little lost, they don't know where they left their pocketbook, I could
Mhm.
trace their steps back and say, let me help you. Let me grab you by the hand and let me help you get your bag. You know?
Yes,
It's
and
exactly.
Now, speaking with that, I started butting like that, but I started thinking, I see that chair in the corner, and it made me think about the people that sit across from you on a daily basis. And let's say there's a young couple or a single or an older, whoever it is, they come in and those things where it sounds so good, you're scared to believe it's true because
Mm-hmm.
that's what happens to other people. I don't have that kind of good luck. There's going to be something she's going, and then you go and you see a home and then you go and you feel, oh, could this really be? Talk about how people come to you and they something brings them there. They believe a certain amount, but somewhere deep inside, they think it ain't going to happen. It's too good to be. It's just you making it sound too good, and you see it on their faces. You feel it.
Yes.
Talk about what that is and how you keep them invested in the dream long enough to step into that very dream. Because a lot of us run.
Yes, because people get scared. They get scared of the magnitude of having a home, maintaining a home, and then what comes after that, right? I get to speak to people, maybe 30 to 40 people per day, okay?
Mhm.
Within my talk to them, within my conversation, I invite them to have an experience. Let's chat. Where are you? What do you want to do? Where do you see yourself? Not 5 years, not 10 years. Where do you see yourself within the next 30 to 60 days? you
Mhm.
know and then I create a conversation. You need to have this conversation. It's not about the payments at first. It's not about what do you want, 3 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom. No, it's the experience. What do you want to give your family? You have pets. What do you want to give your pets? What kind of experience are you looking for? And sometimes my conversations go from an hour to 2 hours. The first thing, once they say, I think I'm ready, because that's what they're saying to themselves. Remember, we talk to ourselves all of the time. We
Mhm.
cannot get out of it, right?
Okay.
And I tell them, when you speak to yourself, close your eyes and visualize. What do you want to feel? What do you want to see? How do you want your partner to feel? So I walk them through all of that. I walk them through the emotions of it. And I always tell them, it's not about the interest rate, it's not about the market, it's not about the location, it's about how your nucleus, your home, feels is their next step.
Makes
And
perfect sense. Go ahead. Go
yeah,
finish.
and after they go through that process, they come back and they say, Bianca, I'm ready. So my next step is, let's talk the financial part. You
Yeah.
need to have financial wellness. Yes, that's scary to people.
Ugh,
But
that's
when
I
you
get nauseous.
but when you break it up, right, in pieces and you walk them through them step by step, guess what happens? They see it clearly. They
This is
see,
what we call the big picture.
yes, yes, but the big picture, my big picture might be at a 55-inch TV. Their big picture might be in a 150 IMAX cinema screen. So
Right.
you need to bring them back into it. And then I speak faith into them. Have faith,
Ooh.
have hope,
Oh, that's powerful.
love, love go through the journey, the process, and love it, feel it, enjoy it. That is part of becoming a homeowner. And because I say these things to them, I always tell them, you know what? Make it a deliciously incredible experience.
Mm. Now that's powerful. No, seriously. So let's say I have a feeling you have a go to when you open the door to these dreams. What is the most common first question out of your mouth to these people to so that it triggers something? I feel it that you have this thing that gets them someplace and gets what they thought about in the car the night before when they couldn't sleep, all the stuff they try. You think it's going? I don't know. You think? Are we ready? I don't know. Mama said we are. These things, because not everybody comes to you based on their own ideas.
No.
Sometimes people push them. If you don't get it, I'm gonna leave your ass. Whatever. I'm tired of this hotel room because a lot of people they think it's easy to spend all their money living in a hotel when they don't see, look what you're investing. That's a low yield investment. So so what is that first thing that comes out of your mouth that triggers these people, your clients, into believing in a high yield investment opportunity for themselves? How do you get them out of their own way?
Well, I tell them I believe in them. I believe that the decision that they're going to make is going to make a difference in their life,
And then in
not
their
in
mind,
mine.
they're going, she just saying that. She don't even know us. She trying to make a commission.
That's what, well, you know what? I have had such good luck with people that they treat me the way that I treat them. See, what happens is that in this business, you got to treat people with love, with kindness.
In all businesses.
In all businesses, you're
That's
right. In
right.
all
That's
businesses,
right.
you got to treat them with kindness because you don't know what they have in your shoes. And you're absolutely right. A lot of parents tell their kids, you're a grown person, go find yourself a home. You have a wife, a girlfriend, a significant other, go find yourself a property, right?
Get out of
But you
here.
don't,
I don't care where
exactly,
I ain't telling you where you got to go, but you got to get out of here. I'm tired of you taking up my basement.
exactly. And take your baggage with you,
Right,
you
you
know?
42 years old. I'm just
That's right. That's right. So the moment that I open the door for them, I say, welcome to your home. How does
mm,
that make you feel? I'm going to do one of your husbands. How does that make you feel?
yes. How does that
Y-
make you feel?
You
And you know,
know?
you were so right. Because when I was in Hollywood, pursuing my music career, I also had a second job, which was really the only job because, and I was a property manager. And I learned, well, from the Jewish people who owned the building. And one of the first things, and I'm not kidding you, there was like a 30% vacancy when I took over the property. They said, here's all you got to do. And they would, as soon as I would walk into the apartment, I would say, this is the living room. By the time we got to the bedroom, look at the view from your master bedroom. Look at your
Exactly.
view. Look at you. Let's go
Exactly.
see your kitchen. Look at your
Exactly.
master bathroom, which now we know is
Exactly.
primary. You know, which I don't understand because we have primary, but now bathroom. But after that, I ordered some plantation shutters.
That's right.
So you know what I'm talking about.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Yes.
so, so let's get into the journey, Bianca. Let's take a success story.
Okay.
Let's use your most recent one that stands out, where they came in, they sat down, they didn't believe and think of that day at the closing. Because I used to be an escrow agent at a title
Okay.
company. So, I give the
So
check.
you know the process. You know
I
the
know the
process.
process. And I would have the keys.
Uh huh.
And I loved giving them the keys.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? And
Yes.
so at the closing, when all this happens and you see that light, come on, how does it make you feel?
Oh, gratitude is so generous to me. Gratitude, when people look at me and say, thank you because you made it easy. Thank you because you made my dreams come true. And my last experience, these are young people, in their 40s with a family of 6 children. They didn't think that they could make it. They didn't think that they could, it took them 60, almost 90 days for them to get through it because they needed to fix some things in their credit and they needed to, grab some monies. They just needed to go through the process, right? But they believed in me. But mostly, I believed in them that they were going to listen and follow every step that I had. Obviously, I have a team. I have, my wife is a consultant. I have my mortgage lender. So we are all a team. But when I deal with them, and I walk them through it. And then they're at the closing and they're signing all the paperwork. They're looking at me directly. And with their eyes, I see, I trust you. Thank you for telling me this. I walked them through before the closing. Thank you for mentioning this. Thank you for having my back. Thank you. When those people look at me, just by looking, we were raised with mothers that just by giving you a look, you knew either you were in
Sure.
trouble or you were honored or you were simply loved, right? Just with one look. So when they look at me and they, with their eyes, are saying, thank you, that's enough. I don't need to hear it. I don't need to even search it or chase it. I just know it. And to me, that means the world because I empower them. I empower them to live differently, that the way that they were living, either by paying a rent in a smaller property or by not giving their children a room of their own, that says a lot to me.
Yeah.
I was, you come from small places, and when you see people that, especially now with the immigration situation, that because they're going through the process of immigration, but they're able to get a home, that speaks loud. That
Sure
speaks
does. It sure does.
worlds, and
Because
I'm grateful.
and sometimes those horrible situations
Hmm.
are there to push us. Because if something didn't have its foot ready to plant it dead up the crack of our asses, we would still be sitting on those very asses. And I don't
Yes.
mean to be ugly, but that's just how it is. Now I want to ask you a question about this. Um,
Hmm.
what is that thing called? I had it so bad. Imposter syndrome.
Hmm.
Imposter syndrome. A lot of people say it, but not so many people understand exactly what it means. I'm not even sure I do, but I remember um when I got my first luxury car, I got a Volvo, and
Hmm.
my husband drove there. We drove in his car because I
Hmm.
had already gave my hoopty to my sister. Come and pick that shit up. You can have it, right? And I felt
Right.
great that I had never given away a car. I don't care if it was
Okay.
worth $12. I was gonna get my $12, take it to the junkyard. I need that 12. I need to pay my cable bill, something. But this time I was able to gift someone and pay
Okay.
it forward, right? So I'm sitting
Right.
there, everything's done. They gave me the keys. I'm sitting right in front of the showroom. Brian gets in his car. He goes back home. 2 hours later, he calls me. Honey, is everything
Yeah.
okay? Where are you? I said, I'm still sitting here in the car. I haven't even started it. He goes, why? I said, because and I broke down. I said, I
Okay.
keep thinking there's a mistake, that they're going to come running out here and say, give us back our keys. We've made a mistake. Or I'm going to be driving home and the police are going to pull me over and say, where'd you steal that car from? All these crazy thoughts. I mean,
Hmm.
and I was frozen. It was the same thing when I went to my husband's lake house when we were dating. I didn't know what a lake house looked like from the inside. I'd seen it on TV. But the minute he opened the door and I saw the panoramic view, it was an A shape, and I saw the water and the boat and all the stuff out there. I literally, my knees buckled, Bianca, and I broke down. I
Okay.
started crying. I said, I can't come in there because I didn't feel worthy
Right.
of being
That.
in. I'd only been in houses like that with Ada, my other mom, because she would clean them. So
Hmm.
so talk about, have you ever encountered that? Have you ever taken people to a property that they can afford, that they qualify for, everything's in alignment. They don't have the problem with the bad credit, but they have this stuff, and then they go,
You will find, you will find a lot of people nowadays. And when I say nowadays, because I'm here in the present, I don't like to go to the past. They have issues with worthiness. If you read in my chapter, I had a space where I said, I thought, is it enough? Am I enough? We
mm,
ask that constantly. Is this enough? Am I worthy? And you know what? When I was 38, I turned it around and I say, is that house worthy of me? Is my wife worthy of me? Is
mm,
my luxury car worthy of me? You know what I changed? I
oh,
changed the fact that I am manifesting what I'm saying that I want. And when I see those people that they have buyer's remorse because they have everything and 2 days before closing, they say, I cannot afford it. Or they say, oh, it's too expensive. And
yeah.
or they say, oh no, I don't think that's too much house. That's another one. That's too much house. I always tell them, you need to feel it because you manifested it. You asked for it. You manifested it. It's yours.
You know what? Because here's why. If you step out of, it's not like clothing. Okay.
Mhm.
People look at it like clothing. Why would I buy an extra large when I'm a medium? Well, you're not
Uh-huh.
trying to grow into an extra large, but when
Mhm.
you get something bigger than you think you are, somehow you end up making it happen. I'm not
Yes.
kidding you. And sometimes you don't want to wait until it's taken away, even temporarily, for you to
Right.
go, how was I doing that? I didn't know I could. How was I affording all this? Because every time I stretch, my opportunities to make something wonderful happen stretch right along with me.
Yes.
And that's
Yes.
what pushes me into new areas, new achievements, right?
Right, because the typical cliche, oh, get out of your comfort zone so they could, during your introduction, you said growing pains. I saw it, growing pains.
That's right.
It hurts. When you grow, it hurts.
That's
These
right.
sleepless nights. People talk about overnight success. I write in my blogs and my journals all the time. Overnight success? No, honey. There's no overnight success. It's every day working at something resiliently with that intention, with making it happen. And
That's
when
right.
I speak to buyers who they feel, oh, but that is too much house, or I don't know if I'm ready. I always tell them, let's go look at the properties. Let's walk the properties. Let's feel the properties. See yourself in the kitchen. Go to the master bedroom together. I stay behind and I let them walk it and I let them feel it. I tell them, go outside, take off your shoes, feel the grass. See if this is the home. Because the same thing that I go through when I go buy a home is the same thing that I tell them to go through. So they feel worthy of being there, of buying it, of investing on it.
Ooh, I got a great question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because my husband and I are dealing with it right now.
Okay.
This house is almost paid for. I think we have 3 or 4 more payments.
Mm-hmm.
And we have our little vacation home. We have that. But we're looking for the retirement one. And the biggest struggle we have is we'll go places and we'll say, ooh, we love that house. But what about the area? Are they LGBTQ friendly? You see? And we start looking at, is this a safe place for us? Will we be accepted? And the thing is, it's difficult because there's not some kind of a, Thomas Guide. That's a reference from way back when, kind of a handbook to go to that says 40% of the people here are racist, 60% are not. If you want to live in this, live over here and not over there. Is that ever an issue for the person who sits in the chair like you, or is that basically something that falls on us, the people who are looking to buy? Can someone like you help? Because we don't know if we should bring that up to the realtors when we get to areas or not.
As realtors, we can't tell you this is a good place or a bad place, or, we can't. What I suggest is that you go to the city where you want to try it, where you're looking to live, right? Test it out, see it, check it out, see how you feel.
Yeah.
Because I've been married with my wife legally for 11 years. We've been together for 30.
Yes.
Thankfully, we have never had any issues anywhere we lived, and we lived in different places, okay? And I have never had any issues. But we've done exactly what I suggest for people to do. Family is family. Let's go to when we moved from Miami to Cape Coral. We lived there. We tried different areas of Cape Coral. Then we went to Fort Myers. We tried different areas of Fort Myers. Then we went to Naples. We tried different areas of Naples. And now we're living in Estero. So if you look, you have to try it. You have to see what works for you. And what happens with a lot of couples when they have lived in their homes for a long time, they are used to their comfortable life in, every nick, every corner, every step, every tile, every piece of furniture. You know it at your home. So for you to move from there and you say, well, I'm looking for my retirement home, you also need to be open that it's going to be different to where you are.
Yes.
You gotta be open with that.
Excuse me. Yes. Open.
Yes.
A lot of us think we know what that means. We think, oh, that's easy, but not so much. When we return from a brief break here for sponsorship purposes, gotta pay them bills, y'all. I want you to think about this, and you guys think about it too. What is the difference in your world between having a house and having a home? Something to think about. That and a whole bunch more show straight ahead. We'll be back after just a moment. Don't you dare go away. Great time to share this out with a friend. We'll be right back. doing out there this morning? Oh, what a blessing. What a blessing. Listen, you don't have one for doubt. You don't have one for worry. You have one for fear. So if something isn't threatening your physical body, which you need for your soul to finish your mission here, then there's a trick to it. It doesn't mean flight, it means fight. Stand for. Know something. When someone asks you something about yourself, don't you dare whisper. You scream with the top of everything you are, because that's how they're going to stand up and listen to you. Your voice is your light, and we're going to prove that today. You are never going to guess your way into your purpose, into legacy. You're never going to guess the brightness of your light and the illumination of it. You're going to know it. And if you didn't before you came in here, trust me, you will by the time. If you know who you are, you'll understand where you're at. And that is the light that will direct you to where you're going. Today you woke up a version of yourself that you didn't realize you would never be again, because you're here. You are leaving with things today that will change you and will allow you to change the light and the frequency around everyone and everything you touch. Stop, y'all. Go on now. Quit playing with me with them applause. Okay, you can give some for Miss Bianca. Welcome back. Welcome. It's so good. So I gave you a little challenge of a question before we went to that break, and thank you for our sponsorship. Is there a difference between a house and a home?
100%. 100%. Okay, a house is just a structural building. A home is where you feel yourself. A home is when you give love. A home is when you have a warm meal. A home is when you share your deepest thoughts with the person you love. A home is when you're raising your children and giving them values and morals and teaching them how to be good human beings. That's home. A home is the foundation of who are you becoming. A home is that feeling, that solar plex feeling, that intuition of saying, I belong. And that's what I tell my people.
Yes. And let me just say, ooh, that's powerful. Yes, that is. I just posted something a couple days ago for those of you who follow my social media. It was a photo from a few years ago when I received the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award. You may remember I opened it live in our kitchen when it came from the White House. And then I didn't even take the bubble wrap off the sides. I got in the car and I drove it to foster home number 22 to my dad, Gene McGowan. And I posted that picture where we were standing there and it was behind us. And it still hangs there today. And I said, the reason this is never hung in my home, because I wouldn't have had a home or known what it really meant. When I left their house at 4 o'clock in the morning to go pursue my dream of a musician out in Hollywood, they said to me, and I hadn't been out of foster care a year yet, they said, no matter where you go, you can be 50 years old. And if the dreams you're leaving here for don't work out, you always have a home to come back here, to get it together, to try again, right here. And the minute that came to me, I didn't plan that, Bianca, but because the home part meant so much to me, I knew that the home for that award, it belonged with them. And that's the power of a home. See, I had lived in 22 houses, but I had lived in 22 homes.
Exactly. Boy. Exactly. See how that makes you feel? Just the word home. Because what happens when you say I miss a certain comfort food, right? And you want to cook it in your home. How does your home smells like?
Home cooked meal.
Exactly. It's not your house, it's your home.
It's your home. And you know what?
Because you give it love.
I got my recording contract because when I was in the Air Force, I competed. Base level, command level, worldwide. And I won 2 years in a row, each one of those. And I sang the same song. I swear this is the truth. I sang the same song every year. It was called Home from The Wiz. And everybody, all the other guys were in tuxedos and stuff. I wore a pair of jeans and a white t-shirt and a little suitcase. And I was like, when I think of home, I lost the place. Because I didn't have one. No wonder I sang it with such passion that I won every time. So you know what? You know what, you guys? We speak things into existence. We don't dream them into existence. We don't text them into existence. We don't sing them into existence. We speak them into existence. And so, what would you recommend for people to do to get the ball started down the purposeful road of manifesting their very own home? If it seems too big to believe in, where do they start? Where do they start?
Well, the nucleus of the home knows what their financial wellness is, right?
Hmm.
They need to speak to each other. They need to come to terms and say, what do we want? You start with that. And then you make the decision of saying, how do I want to see me, my family? Where? You know,
Mm.
they need to manifest all of this. They got to think about it, because when you feel it, you manifest it. When you see it within you, you manifest it. When you believe it, it shows up. It's just like when you go and you say you're driving and you say, I know where my parking space is. It's
And
waiting
it
for me.
happens.
And it
Yes.
happens.
And we go to the parking gods. The parking gods. We
Yes,
do it all the time. We do it
yes.
all the time. We drive up
Oh,
in, especially at Costco.
exactly. And then
Especially at
if you're in a rush, right, and you see red light, you say, before I get there, it's going to be green light, green light, green light, and it happens.
It
It,
happens.
yes, it's the same exact thing. What you wish for here
Yes.
in your heart,
Yes.
in your intuition, shows up. So I always ask them, I walk them through it, the normal term. What is your financial wellness? What is it that you want in a home? What are you looking for? For how many people? What location are you looking for? And then we try it out. But the first step is for them to believe that they can do this. Then they come to me, they do a free consultation, we sit down, we go over everything, and within 24 hours, we're ready to go and take a look at properties. But the first
Mm.
step is that believe it, see it in your mind, feel it in your heart, and then make the decision to call me so we could go over what you need to pre-qualify you and then go look at homes.
There you go. Now listen, I just want to say this to everybody. Um, this manifestation piece that Bianca's talking about. I told you we were looking for that retirement place, but we want a bed and breakfast. We want a
Okay.
property where we have the big old bed and breakfast house, but our house is like a couple, miles down the road or on the same property, spread out away from it.
Hmm.
Brian's gonna have a little shop in there where people can get all those stuff that people love in our homes. And
Uh-huh.
I want to do all the cooking because I was an
I
event
love
planner.
it.
I do, and I want spaces where people can get married, where you can have a family reunion, and put little Airbnbs around the property, little cottages and stuff like that. That's our
Okay.
dream. Now, what did we do? We named it. We named it the Restful Soul, and it says your peace of mind begins here, and that's what's in
Nice.
the yard. And so the AI drew the building, right?
Uh-huh.
It's like a
Uh-huh.
Victorian home. But now when we go places, we're looking for that home. We've seen that we have the logo, and I believe that one day we're gonna be driving. We're gonna throw the brakes on.
Yes.
There it is.
Yes.
There's
Yes.
our home. And
Hmm.
a lot of people go driving and they look at homes just to get an idea and then end up moving in that very home. I've heard that story before.
Yes.
So you're absolutely right. And is that okay? Is that a good thing to do? Go and window shop?
Uh-huh, 100%. Go drive around. Take a
Open
look at it.
houses?
Yes, because you
Walk
already
in and
have
see it.
it. See, you already have the picture of it. You already have emotionally what it makes you feel. It's the same thing as the parking lot. The same thing as the green light. It's the same exact thing.
There
Go
it is.
for it. And when you one day when you're driving and you look exactly that, see, you already walked it through your mind, right?
That's right.
So
That's right.
when you see that home, you're gonna say, this is it. You're not going to say this is the house. You're going to say this is
That's our
the
home.
home. That's it.
Mm. Um, then why do they call it a housewarming? It should be a home warming.
Yeah, we use different. We use, how we humans, we use certain words like I love you to pieces. How many pieces do you want me to turn into for you to love me? Love me whole.
See that you. Ooh, I'm gonna put that in my book. I'm writing word turds.
Yes, you
Yours.
got to
And they're
change
not
it.
right. Right. That's why I don't believe in constructive criticism. I believe in constructive insight.
Thank you.
Just
I
like
believe
that.
it.
Why
Exactly.
would
I
you want
believe in.
criticism?
No, you don't. Because the moment that you say the word criticism, what do? You push away.
Yeah,
You don't want it,
that's
right?
right. See what I'm
You don't
saying?
want it. Exactly.
Meaningful. Every word that comes out of your mouth casts a spell. And so,
Exactly.
especially when you're manifesting, if you are searching for home, start with the home within you and
Thank
then
you.
look outside of you for what goes with that. And you
Yes.
will find it. I promise you. There's, and even like when it comes to speaking about people that don't have houses, it used to be called homeless.
Mm-hmm.
Now they
Mm-hmm.
have a different term for it, houseless, because they have a home,
It's their
but
body.
they
Yes.
just don't have a house. Now, when they get the house, they convert it into their home. So
Into their
there's all
home.
kinds of ways of looking at it. But here's the thing, don't glance at that dream. If you stare at the past and all the things that didn't work out, why can't you stare at the future and all the things
Mhm.
that can work out? Glimpse to the
Absolutely.
past. Don't drive down the street staring in the rearview mirror. You're gonna run everything down in front of you. You see? So you
Exactly.
said people could call you, and guess what, y'all? She meant it. There it is on the screen. You can call or text her. Now, how often does that happen? 239-763-1383. You may call or text. And if you just have some ideas, some questions, you just need some support, here's the place to go. And so, let me ask you something. Have you are you in your forever home, you and your wife, or do you think you're going to move yet again in your life?
We will be moving to our forever home. We are in the search of our forever home. That's why you touched so close to what our hearts are feeling right now. We are looking for a forever home. Martha says she's going to live until she's 120. I say I'm going to live until I'm 110. So we have another 50 more years to go, 60 more years to go, and we are looking for a forever home. We already know what it looks like. We already know what we want. We already even think we know, and I say think because the positioning of properties, but we're working on it, and I know we will manifest it.
Well, they say home is where the heart is. You
Yes.
see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And you all were laughing. Ah, ha, ha, ha. She said 110 or whatever. Listen, my great grandfather lived until 116 years old.
Nice.
Yes, and he sired
Nice.
his last child. Hi, cousin Archie. 97 years old. He had his last
Yes.
baby, and he outlived three wives. They were all an average of 10 years younger than him. So it is
Listen to
possible. It is possible. And you guys remember, don't, people think I'm kidding. I'll be 64 next Saturday, a week from Saturday. And people go, ha ha ha. When I say, don't get it twisted, Dr. Lauren, I'm trying to be the black ass male Betty White. And I mean it. And I'm serious, see? But we're laughing. But you know what? We're told to count it all joy.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? So yeah, say it like you mean it and mean it like you say it and
That's
watch what
right.
happens. So,
That's right.
um, let me ask you something. What is the best place for a person to go to start getting help to repair their credit? I mean, do they call a person like you? Do they go into their bank? Are there places that you can suggest they go online to just start? That's the scariest part when people think they've ruined their credit. And I don't want to get out of here without addressing. We got a few minutes left. What would you recommend for that person?
The best thing that the person can do is to reach out to someone, in this case to me. I work with a team of people. See, I do step before I even meet you. I already have step by step what I need to do with you. You tell me, listen, Bianca, I had a repo, or I was late on my payments, or I say, okay. So the first thing we need to do is to sit you down with the expert that is going to help you step by step with a system to get and fix your credit, and they will tell you exactly what you need to do. But you got to see, people say, oh no, that doesn't work. If you don't try it, you never know. You got to trust the people they're telling you. I'm not saying with this that they go around and just trusting anybody. They need
Right.
to do their homework and their due diligence. If they find someone like myself as a real estate agent or as an investor that they're looking to fix, to buy a property, to buy their next home, just go ahead and sit down with them. In my case, you could call me or text me. I'll be more than happy to do a free consultation. We get together with the credit repair person, and then
Mm-hmm.
they will walk you through it. And then once your credit is ready, then I can sit you down with my mortgage expert. They will tell you what you qualify for, and
Mm-hmm.
then we go look for a property.
There you go. There you go. Beautifully said. That was a great Jerry Springer moment. Final thoughts right there as we leave. Tomorrow we have Elle Ullman. She's another author in the book Wings of Purpose. She'll be here tomorrow, all the way from Beverly Hills, California. And before we leave, the chapter, what am I giving? Let me make sure I get it right. What purpose are you giving wings to? And Bianca wraps up her chapter with this. I am giving wings to a purpose that is rooted in love, expressed through presence, and expanded through meaningful intention. I am giving wings to the idea that happiness is something to cultivate and share. I am giving wings to my own evolution, allowing myself to grow, to heal, and to embrace every part of who I am without judgment. And perhaps most importantly, I am giving wings to the understanding that purpose does not have to look like anyone else's in order to be meaningful. Take that with you. Have a divine, absolutely wonderful day. And remember this, Dr. Lauren and Bianca, we love you. Bianca, don't you love them? Don't you love the people out there? Yes, you do, don't you?
Yes, I do.
That's right. We
Yes, I
love
do.
you, and there ain't a damn thing you can do about it. Now get out there and make a difference in the world, starting with the world within yourself. I'm Dr. Lauren, and I'll see you again tomorrow morning, God willing, right here for our next episode of Bathrobe Moments. Have the best day, Bianca. Great job. Thank you, girl.
Thank you.
Where's my Diana Ross wig? I'm kidding. See you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you. See you. Bye-bye.
Show me your soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How expensive do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul.